Yes. Ah! Oh my god, that feels so good. I just want to talk. I'm gonna let it play in the background on mute because yeah, I'll just talk about it so that you don't have to. I think it's like a 12-minute video. I'll just give you the rundown so you don't have to go watch it. But basically, also, I want to give props to these guys. They are obviously native Chinese speakers, but they be grinding to obviously English is not their first language, but they be grinding to speak English, and I respect it. You know, because shit, I don't deserve it. I mean, I just give me subtitles, you know what I'm saying? But there's some studs. But with that out of the way, this video is basically just a rundown. I mean, it's a dev vision. It's a season update. It's basically just a rundown of what this season 1.5 update is going to be that's coming out on February 21st. Again, I'm just going to give you the rundown so that you don't have to go watch this 12-minute video. But basically, they just give you all the nitty-gritty details. Maybe not all of them, but they kind of give a broad overview of the nitty-gritty details. So, for example, obviously, they are telling us that, you know, you're getting Human Torch, you're getting the Thing, that sort of stuff. And in another video, I will be breaking, maybe in this one, I don't know. I will be breaking down some other stuff that has come out today, but not officially by Marvel Rivals. But in this video, they basically give you the rundown, right? We're doing a season 1.5 update. We're changing some comps. We are doing we're adding the Thing. We're adding Human Torch. We're adding Central Park, which I need to go look at. But basically new characters, new map, all this sort of stuff. But some of the nitty gritty stuff that I think is really cool that they talked about. Dracula? Oh, word. The nitty gritty stuff that I think is cool that they talked about was they are doing obviously they're making little changes. So for example, they're doing a new skin, which I believe has been confirmed that it is going to be a dark variant of an evil, if you will. I think it's a dark dimension variant of Johnny Storm. I'm not sure. I will check for you guys, but we're getting a gold rank skin for Johnny Storm because we got the Invisible Woman one in the first half. We're getting the Johnny Storm in the second half. That is going to be the ranked skin rewards. We're also getting new Crests of Honor that they will show later in this video. But we're getting new Crests of Honor. I think once you hit GM and up each have their own respective Crests of Honor rather than GM through whatever. And then, so here we go. GM and above originally was just the silver, then the top 500, then the gold rank. But for this new one, they are going to be changing it. I believe we're going to be having 4 different Crests of Honor along with a Johnny Storm skin, which are going to be right here. Yes, so obviously you can see our gold rank costume is going to be Johnny Storm. And then we have a GM silver, a celestial kind of bluish looking one. Eternity is going to get the gold. And then a top 500 is going to be gold with some prismatic view and an animation. So if you hit top 500, you're looking cool. But this is one of the cooler things. But I do want to bring people's attention to this. So basically what he talked about here is that you know, starting now, which it kind of sucks that it took this long, right? But the fact that they're even doing it and they're doing it this fast, goated. But starting now, if you have an excess amount of chrono tokens, you can then transfer those into units. But I do want to acknowledge the fact that he says there will be a specific ratio right there. He's not so I don't want people to think that you're getting a 1-to-1. So if you have 1,000 chrono tokens, you're getting 1,000 units. It's going to be a specific ratio, right? I doubt that they would implement this and do something absolutely crazy because they do seem to care and they want to do a thing that he basically says, you know, we want y'all to enjoy, we want you to feel like you're actually getting something out of the game. So I doubt it's going to be a crazy ratio change, but it's most certainly not going to be a 1-to-1, right? So if you just grind out challenges, and they can always implement less challenges for us, but if you grind out challenges, you're not going to be able to for free buy 3 skins by the end of the season, no matter how much you play. You know what I mean? So they're going to be doing that at a specific ratio for sure. The only other thing that I really wanted to cover was they mentioned that starting in this next half season, when you have, obviously they talk about character changes. Pretty much every healer is getting a nerf. Some duelists are getting a buff, but most are pretty balanced, and tanks are kind of split down the middle. Some are getting buff, some are getting nerf. But I would say buff for the most part. But they talk specifically about when you hit diamond, which I think this is a really cool aspect that I don't even think about. It doesn't really it doesn't really affect the normal player because we're not pros and we're not streamers, but starting once you hit diamond, so once you can ban, once you get into that lobby, your name will be hidden, right? No one in that lobby will be able to tell who anyone else is, as far as I can tell. That's what they're saying. I don't know if there's ways to get around that or not, but basically they're implementing it to where, okay, if you get in a all diamond lobby, right when you're loading in on the loading screen, it's not going to say McFruity. It's just going to say user whatever. It'll have some random thing there, basically to hide players' identities. And again, this doesn't really affect us because it is primarily meant to prevent blocking people. So if I'm in a lobby with Necros, I'm obviously going to ban Spider-Man, but this is to prevent that. This is to say, ban the character, not the player, right? And I mean, it's something you definitely just have to think about. I'm sure someone like Necros is like, fuck yeah, let's go. But for us, it doesn't really affect us. It's kind of just, okay, you know, just ban whoever. If you think you need to ban Wolverine, whatever the case may be. But again, overall, it doesn't really affect us. But they are absolutely cooking. This update is going to be balls to the wall. It's going to be sexy. I'm really excited. I love that they talk to the community like this. I love that they, you know, continue to not only update, but make good updates and listen to us. This is the, you know, bajillionth instance in this game's existence, which has only been about 3 months, where they've said, hey guys, we see that y'all like or dislike this, so we're going to change it or keep it the same or buff it or nerf it or whatever the case may be. They're absolutely cooking. I'm so excited for this update, but freaking gas.